Hey guys, I'm Fish Guy here, coming at you with a current USA Serene light install. Now, this isn't going to be the most in-depth video. This system's actually relatively easy to install, and once you kind of see how easy it is to install, you'll kind of see the reasoning why. So I did a previous video on all the different lighting effects and light timers, different sounds that you can do with this. So if you want to check that out, check out some of the other videos on my channel. And like I said, you can check that video out and it goes through all the different functions and everything like that. So to just start with, we have just the LED light itself. So this does have the brackets on it so it can fit onto your aquarium in case your aquarium is a little bit too long. So this one right here is the 48 by 60. So it's just shy of the aquarium, so I have to use the brackets, which is perfect, so that way I don't have to worry about it touching the glass or anything like that. So next would be the sound speakers. So this system originally comes with some double-sided like black tape, but the things you want to keep in mind are the stickiness to that wasn't as good as I was hoping it was going to be. And especially with kids and stuff like that in the house, it was a major concern. I just don't want these falling and breaking, so what I ended up doing is using the command strips. Now the ones that they send you with are Velcro and everything like that, so they do stick pretty well. But like I said, I wanted to make sure that if my kids bump into this, that it's staying. And over a couple of days, I've been having this set up for a couple of weeks now, so I could really see how I liked it. But they had fallen off once already, so like I said, using the command strips worked a little bit better for me, just because they can hold up a little bit more weight. Those command strips are weighted for 5 pounds, so they seem to work really well for me. Now this is the other side. Now with this system, there are going to be more wires because of the speakers and the different lighting systems and everything like that, so you will have to kind of mask these around or get some of those wire organizers and tuck them behind the stand. I just pulled these out to kind of show an example. But like I said, normally these are tucked behind the tank so you don't even see them. So next we're going to go to the bracket for the actual LED light that is going to illuminate the back of the tank, and that is sitting on 2 different brackets. So there's brackets right here that hold the light on, and those are double-sided taped right to the black. It says in the thing that you can do it to the bottom of the trim or the top of the trim on the tank. I like the effect it makes on setting on the top of the trim, but the preference is up to you. And this is just the other side with the bracket, so you can move it to adjust it however it needs to hit your tank for the background. Then with this, because of this light, you do need to take your background off, and also angling it is key. So you need to kind of angle it down and towards the tank to get the best lighting effect on it. Now with this, like I said, you'll have to remove your background, and there is a special film that they send you that is taped onto your aquarium. And it's really not the heaviest of anything. So it doesn't really need this craziest, strongest tape to hold it up. One tip that worked for me is, because my tank is already set up, if you hold it up to the front of the glass and you measure it and cut it that way, it's exactly the same as what the back of your tank would be. So that way you're not having to judge it or measure it or risking cutting it crooked or anything like that. You just cut it to the size of this. So you want to do it from trim to trim, and then you're just going to basically tape it on the back and you're good to go. So in case anyone wanted to see this, so this is the background. It's smooth on one side and it's going to be rough on the other side, and it goes over in the directions what side faces the aquarium and what side faces out. Now this is one part that I'm still trying to get everything situated on for the timers and everything like that. So with this control box, this is where everything plugs into. So you have your speakers that plug into that, your power out, your power to the actual plug. You have your different lights, and then you also have the antenna that is plugged into this. Now what's nice is you can just weed that out through the top of the aquarium, and that way you have anything that you don't have to open the cabinet doors or anything like that to turn the lights on. So like I said, you can just have it hanging out just like this of the cabinet, and that way no one even knows it's there or sees it. Now one thing I will kind of give some troubleshooting things, so things that I kind of ran into when it came to installing this. So I see a lot of people that I've seen the videos for that have the speakers right in the front. I definitely don't recommend that, especially if you have animals or kids or anything like that. And especially with a big tank like this, I ended up having to run the cords through the front of the aquarium, and it's just not the most pleasant thing to see. So that's why I installed them on the back like this, because nothing's really going back there. There's no animals going back there. There's no kids running back there. And it's not one more thing hanging off the aquarium. The other thing, like I said, with cutting the background, that's key. So cut it to the front of the aquarium, and that way you know you're making an accurate cut each time. When it comes to these brackets, definitely make sure that you're cleaning the trim with something. Make sure it's dry to the touch, make sure it's not wet or anything like that. And when you anchor these on, make sure that the placement is correct each time. This can get a little difficult if you have a hang on the back filter or anything like that, and that's when you'd want to place these brackets on the bottom so they're shining up. I like these here just because, like I said, I like the effect it makes, and it kind of holds these filter pieces in place where they need to be. But the key with these is you don't want to be removing them. So once you anchor it into one place, that's where you want to keep it. Because if you pull these off, it loses the stickiness, and that's when they can fall off and potentially cause damage to the actual LED bar that you see right here. Other than that, the system, like I said, it's so easy to install. It's really, like I said, the only thing is just unpacking everything is key, making sure you have all the pieces connected to where they need to go, and then you run each thing separate. So what I did is I basically first put on the LED light to replace the existing one I already had. Then next I put on the speakers because that was the next easiest thing to do. And then I really wanted to kind of see the effect of the bar. So I placed it on the bottom, and then I placed it on the top to see what the lighting effect would be. And like I said, I liked it from the top angle. So that's the way that I put the brackets on. Once you put the brackets on the LED bar, you just connect everything to that control box down there, and you're all set to go. And that's really it. There's not too much more to that. I'd say probably the biggest learning curve on here is the remote. There's just a lot of different functions to it. A lot of them you'll probably never even use, but they're really cool to have if you want something new to the aquarium. And like I said, the timer comes in handy as well. But like I said, the biggest learning curve would definitely be the remote. And that's been relatively easy. It's just learning all the different functions, how to freeze colors and everything like that. Once you learn it, you kind of know it. And it makes everything really cool in the aquarium to get right to the specific light effect or light color that you're looking for. So I hope this helps you guys when you come to installing the light. Like I said, it's a relatively easy, simple system set up and get going. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Comment down below, hit that like button, hit subscribe, share this video. Thank you so much.